Hello, welcome again. We are going to perform this type of modeling in SolidWorks. Basically, a four-piston crankshaft with connected rods. And this is just a motion study case, but we're going to go ahead and navigate how to basically perform each and every single of these parts. And for those when you are trying yours, here I just basically customize the color just so that we can distinguish parts from one another. Okay, but if you're a person that loves about engines and all this good stuff, you are basically an expert of what type of materials all these components are. And as you can see, we have holes here that are going to be missing either pins or screws. Either you have to thread them or not thread them. Uh, it's really up to you and your design, but this is what we're going to be working on. So stick around and stay tuned because we're going to start. Hi there, everybody. Welcome back. Hopefully, you guys can hear me well. Okay, so today we're going to be dealing how to build a piston head because the overall project that we want to do is build a four-cylinder miniature engine. You got a crankshaft, you got connecting rods, you got your pistons, your piston rings, your piston connecting pin, and stuff like that. So today I'm gonna open up my sketch, my part in SolidWorks, and I'm gonna be using the millimeter gram second units. Okay, after I do that, then I'm gonna create my sketch, click on it, click sketch, and we're gonna use the top plane. Okay, top plane pulls up. All right, and if you know and you're familiar with the piston head, it looks similar to a cylinder. So what better way than to use a circle to help us with that shape? So go ahead and create your circle. Make sure it's centered at the origin. And for this dimensions, we're going to go ahead and use it to be 85 millimeters. Okay, now that we have it like this, we are going to use the feature of the extruded boss base. Okay, which is going to allow us to add material to our sketch. So from a reference point of our sketch plane, we're going to click the direction, and you have different commands here. So we're going to keep it with the blind one. Once you have that, your sketch kind of like differs a little bit, with the yellow being a preview of what it's going to look like. So we have it set at 10 millimeters. We're going to go ahead and do it at 90. So let's click 90 units millimeters. Okay, perfect. So that's what we're going to have, and that's what we like. So go ahead and click OK. Perfect. So now the next thing that we want to do is create those cutouts for the piston rings. So here we have the top of the piston head. Go ahead and create a sketch. So press sketch, and then did it click out? No, it's still here. And then get the circle. Okay, make sure that it's in the middle. So concentric. I believe concentric means having the same axis, center axis. Okay, so now we have this. All right, so we're gonna smart dimension it, and we want our diameter to be for this one. Let's see, our diameter to be 79. All right, perfect. Okay, so now the next thing that we want to go ahead and do is do an extruded cut. And this is not your typical extruded cut that you're used to. So if something that is very similar or fast, click on extruded cut. I'm gonna rotate it a little bit, and I'm gonna click this. So something like that you're familiar with, I'm gonna just do quick. It's something like this, right? Where it cuts super simple like that, but that's not what we want. So go ahead back and edit our feature. Okay. So our feature, we want to do it in offset. You have sketch plane, so from, you have sketch plane, surface face plane, vertex, no, but we want to go ahead and click offset. Once we click offset, then it gives us an option of how far from the sketch plane do you want it from. So we want it to be, on our case, 7.3 millimeters. And you see, it's offset to the top, but we want it to the opposite side. We want it inwards, okay? Okay, and then direction of the blind, it's okay, we can keep that. But now for this one, it's gonna be 4.3. All right, cool. And as you see, it's gonna cut from the inside, but we don't want that. So we're gonna set here on direction where it says 4.3 millimeters. It's gonna say flip side to cut. So we wanna go ahead and flip it. So now we have cut towards the outside. Okay, so towards the outside of the sketch circle. As you can see, now I'm gonna press OK, and now you have this beautiful, nice cut for our one of our piston. Since we want 3 on our piston head, we're gonna go ahead and use the linear pattern. But before we do that, I'm gonna click on the sketch, and here where the eye is at, we're gonna click this drop down menu and look for something that's called view temporary axis. Enable that to pop up because we're gonna need it. Okay. Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead and, so you see the temporary axis shows right here. Do linear pattern. For direction, we're gonna go ahead and click the temporary axis. Now we have that. And then for direction, let me see, where's the other stuff at? Features, is it here? Features? Yeah, it's on features. What we want it to be to get done, okay. The spacing, we want 3 of these. Okay, automatically 3. But then the spacing, it's gonna be the 7.3 plus the 4.3 that we had, so 11.6 of spacing. So 11.6, okay. Okay, now we have this beautiful, nice, good stuff for 3 piston rings. Go ahead and eliminate the view temporary axis. Cool. And as you can see, usually pistons are kind of like, have like a nice dome in here. So where do you find dome? So we go to File, View, Insert, let's see, Features, Cut, Features. Let's see if we can find the dome. If we can't find it, we can always go ahead and let me see if it's in curve. No, I don't know where it could be, but let's go ahead and search dome, which is right here. Alright, so it's asking you where would you want your dome? Well, we want our dome to be at the top. Okay, so now you see this nice dome. But I think that's too much of a dome, so let's minimize it to, let's say, 5. Alright, that's kind of much better. Alright, cool. Now we have this. Alright, so now the next thing that we want to do is create other cutouts that we need. Okay, because how are we going to connect our connecting rod and pins, right? So here on the bottom surface, what is it doing all this stuff? Perpendicular to this. Alright, so here we're going to cut out the inside of this. So we're gonna go ahead and do sketch, circle, of course, and then we're gonna create this circle concentric to the origin and smart dimension it. What type of units should we do? So let's do 76. Okay. And then now for this one, we're gonna go ahead and do a normal extruded cut. And the extruded cut should go all the way up to 85. 85. Okay. Alright, nice. So now you can see that that's hollow inside there. Alright, so now we're gonna move forward. We're gonna keep pushing. So let's see, front plane, top plane, right plane, front plane. Front plane is fine. This is normal. Now we're gonna sketch a circle here where the piston paint's gonna go. So get your circle and let's line it up. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can always use geometric relationships. The circle, we're gonna say it's gonna be 33.80. At the end of the day, like all these numerical values come from your design, so you can always modify this. And then we want this from the center of the circle to the origin. We want this to be 27. Okay, perfect. Alright, so what are we missing here? The only thing that we're missing here is that it's not center. So we're gonna go ahead and use the vertical. Okay, now fully defined. Now we're gonna go ahead and do an extruded cut. And it's gonna be a through-all extruded cut. So we go ahead and do it through all. But sometimes it doesn't happen that easy. Through all because it's at the plane where the plane's in the middle. So let's go ahead and click again and do it through all both. And then press check. And then now you see that you definitely have cut out both of them. Okay, so now we need some other stuff still. So we chose the front plane, now we're going to use the right plane. On the right plane, we're going to do some cutouts. Okay, so we're going to start off by doing the sketch, creating a center line. Center lines are really important because it allows you to know where you're at. Okay, now that we have the center line, we're going to create lines, which I'm going to go ahead and do this. You see how it's vertical and horizontal? Past the origin, which is not coincident. Now go back up and see we can do the same. Right, so smart dimension it. And we're gonna go ahead and do this to be 50. Okay. And then the difference between here and here, oh, smart dimension, from here to this line, it's gonna be 25. So we'll make sure that it's like right in the center. Alright, the next thing that we want to do here is to level up this one to become 12. Okay, but we also want to make the other one equal. So we press clear, click here both, and then now we have not the parallel one, but the equal one. So make sure that they're equal. Okay, now they're equal, and we're gonna go ahead and get the arc, the 3-point arc, because our radius for this arc should be around 40. So make sure it's at the center. Okay, 45, 50, 40, 55, around there. So now I'm going to smart dimension it so we can have the correct one. 40. Alright, perfect. So now everything's fully defined. You see, you don't really have to smart dimension the center line because it's just used for construction purpose only. Alright, so this we're gonna go ahead and do an extruded cut through all. Extruded cut. See both. There you go. And that's what we want. Okay, perfect. So now the piston head's coming up along. And we're gonna create some fillets. We're gonna create fillets on this edges, on this four edges that we just did the cut. Or since we're already here, take advantage of this. And this. And then where's the last one? Right here. Alright, cool. And then these ones are gonna become approximately, let's see, a radius of 10 millimeters. Let's scroll down. Right, 10 millimeters symmetric. Okay, boom. Now you have a fillet. But then one more thing. As you can see here, for designing purposes, this circle right here, this little gap, that one, like it's not gonna be suffice to hold your pin together. So you wanna reinforce that. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna go to our sketch plane, our front plane. Perfect. We're gonna create sketch, but we're gonna go to convert entities, and we're gonna select this hole. It didn't allow me to do it, or what? Okay, let's start over again. Go to sketch on that plane that we selected, which was the front plane. Correct. Convert entities now allows us. I want to select this circle. Select that circle, the edge. Okay. So now we have it here selected. Now we want to create another circle within that one, concentric. So create the circle, smart dimension it. The circle dimension is going to become 45. Okay, perfect. Now you have this. And what we're going to do with this one, we're going to go ahead and do it about box extrusion, but we're going to do an offset. So go to feature, extrude box base. Okay. That's sort of what we want, but we want to, instead of a sketch plane, we want to create an offset, because from the center on both sides going to be 38. So to offset it, we want to do a 19. So now it's offset to 19. That way the other half is going to be 19, and it's going to be a total distance of 38. And then for our direction, we're not going to use blind. We're going to go ahead and go through up to surface. So now you just pick what type of surface you want it to go to. So we want it to go to the outside of the piston head. Okay. So press OK. And let's see if we got it right. No, we didn't, because it's like this some other side. You see, that's not the side that I wanted. So go ahead and, where you at? Go ahead and edit. And there we go. That's what we wanted. Even though it's on the wrong side, but it's fine. We can work with that because we can mirror the other side. Alright, perfect. So that's what we're looking for. But the next thing I want to do is you create from the same sketch. From the same sketch, you can create the other side, or you can also mirror. Let's see. We can just the feature, which is going to be the box here, and then mirror along which plane, which is it was the front plane. So now you have that, and now we have these pieces. So that's how you do a typical piston head. And now you can create your colors. Let's bring this to the other side. Appearances for plastic, metals, acrylics, rubber, painted metals. So for whatever color you want to use, polished bronze, let's go ahead and click it here. Appearance filter, so now you have your filter, and it might be too shiny, but that looks nice. And that's basically how you do your piston head. And stick around because we want to go ahead and continue and do the whole cylinder that we had. Okay, that's all I have for y'all. Stay tuned, stick around, comment, like, and share, and keep on pushing with your academic skills. Because this is really, really important to know this kind of skills to do some designs for whatever company you're working with. Thank you.